Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, February 4, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. New Orleans Pelicans vs Denver Nuggets. New Orleans is 26th in the NBA in scoring with an average of 105.4 points per game, and a big reason for that is poor shooting. The Pelicans have a field goal percentage of 43.8%, which is 26th, and a three-point shooting percentage of 32.8%, which is also 26th in the NBA. Brandon Ingram is scoring an average of 22.5 points per game to lead New Orleans. Ingram is shooting only 44.3% overall. The second leading scorer is Jonas Valanciunas, with an average of 18.2 points per game, and the center is hitting 52.5% of his shots overall. The Pelicans have 3 other players that average double figures in scoring. Ingram is the leader in assists with an average of 5.2 per game. The Pelicans are one of the teams to watch before the NBA trade deadline, which means several players could be looking over their shoulder for their next few weeks. That sort of distraction should bode well for Denver, which dropped back-to-back games at the tail end of a 6-game road swing. With Jokic back on the court, things should go a bit differently for the Nuggets this time around. Our first betting pick will be Denver Nuggets. After winning 5 straight, the Nuggets unsurprisingly closed out their 6-game road swing with a pair of disappointing losses. Expect Jokic to be active for the Nuggets' return to Ball Arena on Friday. The reigning NBA MVP has a chance to repeat and win the award once again this season. He comes in averaging 25.9 points, 13.8 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game so far this season. He also leads the NBA in estimated plus-minus at plus 9.5, which is plus 1.9 more than the next highest player, Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Nuggets come into the weekend ranked number 10 in the league with an adjusted plus 2.1 net rating. Led by Jokic, Denver has posted an adjusted 111.9 offensive rating and a 109.8 adjusted mark on the defensive end of the floor. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Brooklyn Nets vs Utah Jazz. The Jazz finished a woeful 4-12 in January and ended the month of a 5-game losing streak. February, however, brought them new life as they scored a win over Denver to snap the losing streak and start the month off with a win. Mike Conley has been the catalyst for the injury-plagued Jazz lately. Over his last 4 games, he is averaging 17.5 ppg and 6.5 app. He, along with Bogdanovic, need to play to the height of their potential until Gobert and Mitchell are able to return. The Nets are desperate for a victory and should be able to take advantage of a Jazz team missing a few key players. Yes, Brooklyn continues to play without Kevin Durant, but they have stars James Harden and Kyrie Irving in the lineup. Utah is currently playing without Donovan Mitchell along with Rudy Gobert. The Gobert absence is key as he is the top rebounder in the league. The latest road loss for the Nets came at Sacramento on Wednesday night. They took an 8-point lead into the half, but saw that drop to just 3 points after the third. In the fourth, it was all Kings as they won the quarter 29-15 and the game 112-101. The Kings finished with 16 made free throws to the Nets' just 14 attempts. The Kings had 7 scorers finish in double figures for a well-balanced defense. The Nets were led by Nicholas Claxton's 23 points. James Johnson had 18 and 2 blocks off the bench, while Kyrie struggled going just 5 of 15 for 14 points and 4 turnovers. Our first betting pick will be Brooklyn Nets plus 1.5. The Utah Jazz is in good shape despite losing 6 out of their last 7 games. They stand atop the division ahead of the Nuggets. Utah finally slashed the 6-game slide with a 108-104 home win over the Nuggets on Wednesday night. Utah has been dealing with a ton of injuries which has affected their results, but when healthy this is definitely one of the best teams. The Brooklyn Nets resume a 5-game road trip on Friday. It's been a disastrous trip so far, losing all 3 games to the Warriors, Suns, and were 5-point favorites in Wednesday's 112-101 road loss to the Kings. The Nets have lost 6 in a row and have now dipped out of first place in the Atlantic Division. Kyrie Irving has fared well upon his return. The 29-year-old point guard has eclipsed 30 points in 2 out of his last 4 performances. Irving is sporting an average of 23.8 ppg along with 4.7 apg. James Harden hasn't been at his best recently. He has shot below 32% in 2 straight games and is playing with a bit of a hamstring injury. Overall, the 32-year-old star is having a productive season, recording 22.5 PPG and 8 RPG. Nick Claxton scored 23 points in the loss to the Kings and is averaging 9.5 PPG. The Nets continue to play without Kevin Durant. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Portland Trail Blazers. The Thunder have endured an awful season. They have won their last 2 games and are still only 16-34 for the season. They beat the Mavs 120-114 in their previous game. The Trail Blazers have now also hit a poor patch of form that has seen them lose 4 of their last 5 games, including a 99-94 defeat against the Los Angeles Lakers in their previous game. Portland is now 21-31 for the season. The Blazers simply must win this kind of game, especially after losing to the Thunder a few nights ago, and they displayed a quite disappointing performance in the process. I am backing Portland to bounce back in this one, but I am not sure they will be able to cover the spread. Oklahoma City has been one of the best teams in the NBA when it comes to the spread and is 16-9 at TS on the road, so the hosts won't have an easy job here. Even though they are playing without SGA, the Thunder showed quality in recent games. Dort, Giddey, Bosley, and all-around Kenrich Williams are playing very well at the moment, and I am sure they can help their team to stay close on Friday. I do back Portland to get a straight-up victory, but I don't think they will cover. Our first betting pick will be Thunder at +7. The Portland Trail Blazers displayed a better performance against the Los Angeles Lakers after disappointing one in a loss to the Thunder, but that was still not enough to avoid the 3rd consecutive defeat. The Blazers fell short 99-94 at Staples Center due to the poor shooting of 35.7% from the field. Shooting from the stripe made the difference in this one, as the Lakers hit 22 free throws opposite Portland's 10. The Blazers narrowly failed to cover a +4 spread, the 3rd time in a row they didn't cover. Right now, the Blazers have a 21-31 at TS record. After a slightly surprising home win over the Blazers, the Oklahoma City Thunder completely stunned the Dallas Mavericks on the road with a 120-114 overtime win. Kenrich Williams forced the overtime with a layup with 7.5 seconds, while Luka Doncic had a chance to win it in regulation for the Mavs, but missed a 3-point attempt in the final second. Lou Dort exploded in OT as he scored 14 straight points for the Thunder, and the visitors deservedly booked an unlikely victory. The Thunder did commit 20 turnovers opposite Dallas's 14, but they were better in rebounds, 50-39, and free throws, 21-8. Oklahoma City covered a +12 spread, the 2nd straight time they managed to cover to improve to a 31-17 at TS record. Our second betting pick will be under 214. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.